back with a new video. This is my summer glowy makeup look. It's sweat-proof, long-lasting, long wear. It's been a while. I'm so glad to be back, and we're gonna get into this look. Okay, first I'm gonna prime my face using the Urban Decay De-Slick Smoothing Primer. Literally all you need is half a pump for the whole entire face. I've been really loving this because it keeps my makeup on, it helps with my oily skin, and it fills in your pores so nicely. It makes your skin look nice and smooth, and the makeup just glides on. It is beautiful. So I'm taking my soft ochre paint pot and I'm just using that as a base for my eyeshadow. So I'm just dabbing that on with a soft dome brush. You can use your fingers, but I'm just using a brush today. I feel like it's a little bit faster, and with this kind of texture and product, it's just better with a brush to use because it blends out nicer and it doesn't leave any jagged edges. So I'm using my Modern Renaissance palette today. I just took Golden Orchid or Ochre, and I'm using that as my base shadow for this eye makeup look. So I'm just setting that powder. Now I'm taking Burnt Orange. This palette has been used and abused. I love it so much. Everyone needs this in their makeup collection or makeup kit if you're an artist. The bomb. I'm using this as my transition shade, so I'm taking a fluffy blending brush and just windshield wipering it back and forth into my crease, blending it out and making it nice and seamless. So now I'm taking that same shadow, but I'm building it up to its desired shade. So I want it to be a little bit more vibrant. I want it to show a little bit more than just a transition shade. So I'm just packing on that shadow and then just blending it out back and forth. And it's crazy how one shadow can become so saturated and just looking gorge. So now I'm taking Real Gur, and I'm taking a little bit at a time. I'm focusing it on the outer corner and then blending it into my crease. So it's going to give that nice gradient effect and give the look much more dimension. Now I'm taking a smaller, more dense dome brush. This is from the KYLIE Peach palette, but if you have any other one that's similar to this is great for packing on color in the outer corner and blending it out. So this is going to create that depth and smokiness to the eye. So I'm taking Cypress Umber, pressing it into the outer V of my eye. So I'm just focusing it right there by the ends of my lash line and then making circular motions going inwards into my crease, but I just want to focus most of the color on the outer portion. It'll really open up the eyes, give it that smoky effect. So I'm going in with Real Gur again, and I'm going to blend out that Cypress Umber. I don't want it to look harsh. I want everything to look nice and smooth and blended. And then I'm taking that Real Gur back into my lid because I want to keep the warmth around the color. So it's always a lot of going back with colors because if you blend out too much, sometimes you lose the color that you initially put on. So now I'm putting my blending brush with no product on it and just blending out any harsh lines I might have if I went up too far up to my eyebrow, because sometimes that tends to happen. It's like orange all the way up to my brow. I'm going back in with Burnt Orange, blending that out, and then it just makes everything look nice in unison. So I'm going to wet my brush and take this shade from the Tarte Pro palette. I initially went in with this shade thinking, okay, it's going to be a nice glowy, bronzy, not bronzy, but keeping it on the warm side, but I wasn't crazy about this color. It's really cute, but I ended up changing it, but you'll see it in the video. I went back with Cypress Umber, this to deepen up that look, not to lose that outer corner, and just blend it into that shimmery shade. Right now I'm taking my Estee Edit. It's a double-ended mascara. They're going to be discontinuing that line, the Estee Edit line, so if you guys want to get this, I think you should get it now. It's the bomb. I'm taking the Makeup Shack lashes in Mad Eye. They are super long, super dramatic, but I love them. Now I'm taking my Stila liner and I'm only lining the inner corner of my eye so that when I put on my lashes, you can't see where the lashes end or begin. It makes it look a little bit more natural, even though the lashes aren't natural and they don't look natural. You just can't clock that lash band, basically. Nobody can see where your lash band is. Now I'm just running some black liner on my waterline, my bottom and top, just to give them more drama feel. Now I'm taking my L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation and I'm just dabbing that all over my face with my finger, and then I'm going in with my beauty blender to blend it out. I just press it into my skin. You don't want to drag it because it'll just move your makeup around. Make sure it blends in nicely around any creases on your face. That's the nose area, your eyes, around your mouth. You want to make sure it's nice and blended. Everybody always asks where, and usually it's just L'Oreal. People are like, what, you're using a drugstore foundation? I'm like, yes, girl, get into it, get to it. I mean, I know it's hard sometimes to find your shade in drugstore makeup. I totally understand that struggle, but this is so good for normal to combination skin. It's so long wearing. It's perfect for the summertime. It does not budge. So after I apply all my foundation, I just go with my beauty blender and then just blend it all out all over my face to make sure it's nice and blended. I'm popping on these lashes, so I always put it on from the center and then adjust the sides, making sure that it's connected nicely and my inner corner is not flapping up or anything like that. This eye, I poked myself in the eye while I was putting on the lashes, so my eye is a little bit reddish and it's a little irritated, but I put eye drops on later on in the video, so if it's a little distracting for you, I'm sorry. So once I get the lashes on, I always push the lash up so that it dries going upwards. We don't want the eyes to close off and the lashes just to sit straight forward, so I always push the lashes going upwards. So I'm just adjusting the sides. This lash was giving me trouble. The inner corner kept popping up, which is every person's struggle. If you have lashes or brand new lashes, it's just so hard to like mold to your eye. Now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro concealer, my fave, and I'm highlighting and concealing the under eye. This is also good to clean up the sides of that shadow if you brought it down too low, or if you want a more sharp finish. So I always do that. And then just blend it all out. I'm pressing it into my skin and making sure I get around my nose so that it doesn't clump up or crease up on the sides of my nose, which drives me insane. So before I set my concealer, I was like, I'm going to change the shadow. So I took Primavera, I believe it is, from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I just popped that on, and I felt like it just made the look complete. Like, it made my eyes pop so much more. I cut the crease a little bit, and then it opened up my eyes more. It gave it a nice fresh look, so I was definitely feeling the shadow more than the other one, with this look at least. And now I'm just taking the same brush I've used before, and I'm just blending it out. I didn't add any more product. I just blended it out, and then I'm taking my fluffy brush and making sure everything is on point, blended, and not too jagged. So now I'm setting my under eyes with my Mercier Translucent powder. This stuff will keep your makeup in place all day long, will not budge. It is fault proof. It's amazing. I just love this powder so much. So I'm going to take it under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, center of my forehead. I did put some on my chin, and then I like to dab some just on my face and then cut the cheek. Just to give me that nice contour. Not too much though. Just enough so that my face looks nice and structured. Gives it some dimension. I'm taking my Benefit Cheekathon palette, and I'm taking the Hoola Lite. So this is just going to bronze up my face and give it some warmth. A lot of people use brushes for different reasons. A lot of brushes can say one thing and I use it for another. For me personally, I love using a round fluffy brush for my bronzer just to blend it out all over my face. I used to use this brush for blush, but I felt like it was too dense for blush. It was distributing too much product, but it's perfect for bronzer just to dust on and to warm up the skin. So that's what I use this brush for. If you're wondering what brush should I use for bronzer, this is perfect. So now I am dusting off some of that powder on my face. I don't like to let it sit too much. I rather the under eye sit more than around my face. Now I'm taking an angled brush. This is the Kat Von D dual-ended contour brush, and I'm taking the regular Hoola, and I'm just cutting my cheekbone, giving it some structure, some contour, and this really makes your cheekbone stand out and look much more lifted. So I'm taking Real Gur, and I'm dragging that along my lower lash line just to make the eye makeup look put together. Once you add that color, it just makes everything pop. So So what I like to do is take the shadow I'm putting under my eye. I like to connect it to the upper lash line. Does that make sense? I believe so. And now I'm dusting off the excess powder that's all over my face. For this, I like to use a fluffy tapered brush that fits under your eyes. You don't want it too big and you want to be really gentle with it. You want to pat it into your face and dust at the same time so you don't lift your makeup. Now I'm spraying with my NYX matte finish spray all over my face so it doesn't look powdery and it just melts into your skin. So I'm taking the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia highlight palette. This is a very pigmented, very high shine. This is for that dramatic glow. I just put a little bit and look how glowy this is. This is amazing, but you have to be very light-handed with this because if you put too much, it's gonna look like a disco ball. Basically, it's gonna be a little bit much. But I love it. It's one of my favorite palettes at the moment. It just so effortlessly. You could just put a little bit and boom, you're done. But with that, you have to be careful. So what I do now, so it doesn't look streaky or has any harsh lines, I take my beauty blender and I just go around the perimeter of it and then just blend it out so it looks more like skin, and then I apply my blush and it marries the bronzer and the highlight together so it doesn't look streaky. I'm taking my exposed blush from Tarte and dusting that on the apples of my cheek and blending upwards. Now I'm going to contour the sides of my nose using the Hoola bronzer, and I'm just taking that angle portion that I used on my face on the sides of my nose. I don't do anything crazy with my nose contour. I just do the sides and that's it. I mean, some days it looks great, some days it looks okay, you know? It's makeup. It comes off at the end of the day. So now I'm just popping on some highlight in the inner corner of my eyes and mascara for my lower lashes. I feel like lower lash mascara brings the look together because you can see from one eye and the other. Lower lashes make the difference. If you're somebody that's scared to put mascara on your lower lashes, just do it. Because I have so many friends that hate it. I'm like, just freaking do it. Alright, now I'm putting my Marc Jacobs Primrose Lipliner in the center of my Cupid's bow, my lower lip. And now I'm taking Kimberly from the KYLIE and Kim collection. This is their liquid lipstick. I love this color. It's such a beautiful nude, but it's not my favorite product from their line. I'll talk more about that in another video. But yeah, this is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in, clicking this video. Subscribe if you'd like. It will help me out a ton. Make sure to leave a like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comment below. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.